Hello and welcome to a weekend warrior routine for flat bench style Bowflexes. My name is Eric and I hope you're going to be joining me for today's routine. These weekend warrior routines, these are tough routines. This routine is almost an hour long. We got 33 sets planned and this is going to be a tough one. And it's designed for people that don't get to work out as much as they like throughout the week. And then on the weekends, they really need to make up for that so they continue to get stronger or at least maintain where they're at. So as part of that, I definitely recommend printing out this PDF that's linked in the description. There's a space where you can write down the number of reps you did, the weight setting you did for all of our sets, and then when you come back to this routine in the future, you can work on, tipping those numbers up, and that's how you're gonna continue to get stronger. So the first third of today's routine is gonna be from this top set of pulleys. We are gonna be working out our back, our biceps, and our legs throughout this routine. So we're gonna start things out with a lat pull down. I've got a bar here, and if you don't have a bar, you can use the normal Bowflex handles, though you're not gonna have quite the same experience. With the bar, there's a lot of different grips you can do. And the other thing is the bar, the resistance is gonna kick in right away. You can see everything is taut right away here, but when you have the handles, there's a lot of extra slack here, so the resistance is gonna kick in the full length of the repetition, so you might not have much resistance early on in the lift, and the bar is going to help you stretch and get a little bit more resistance through the whole range of motion. So if your Bowflex came with a bar that looks like this, definitely use this. And if you don't have a bar, you can purchase one on my website. I have this upgrade kit too that this bar comes with as well that I'd really recommend if you're looking for more resistance. The resistance just clips on right down here. This is like adding a 50-pound power rod, except you get a ton of these bands. You can add a ton of resistance machine for much, much less than replacing your power rod. So make sure you check that out if you're in the market for that. I will be using some ankle straps for two of our lifts. We're gonna be doing some hip extensions and some resisted high knees. Ankle straps are gonna help with that. And you can use those fancy ones or ankle straps that look like this. Or if you don't have those, again, you can just open up these handles, shove your foot right through, and you'll be good to go there. So first third of our routines from up here. Second, 2/3 of this routine is gonna be from these bottom set of pulleys. We'll have some time to re-rack everything. And this clock behind me here, this is gonna be counting everything down. We're gonna have work intervals of 35 seconds, and then our rest intervals are gonna be a little bit longer. Most of them are about a minute long, and that's gonna help us get a full recovery. Now, during each work interval, I am gonna be counting my reps. So 35 seconds, 10 reps per set. So about 3.5 seconds per rep. I would definitely encourage you to count along as you're doing this, because if you're not counting aloud, it's really easy to kind of lose track of where you're at. And then you get to the end of the set and you're like, did I do 8 or 9 or 10 or what? And then a lot of times you just take a guess, and that's not really accomplishing what you're trying to do. You're trying to get good data for yourself, so when you come back, what you did last time. So previews of the lifts will be up on the screen. We'll be racking up our resistance in just a moment, but first we're gonna have a 4-minute warm-up, and let's get into that now. All right, my warriors, let's get this started. Jogging in place here for about 60 seconds, trying to get the body warm, and we'll get a good stretch going. While we're doing this, let me tell you about today's lifts. First up, we're gonna be doing some lat pull downs from this top set of pulleys. That's gonna be a vertical pulling motion. Then we move into a horizontal pull with a standing high row. And then back to another vertical pull with a narrow grip pull down, kind of like a chin up. After that, then running things through this bottom set of pulleys down here, where we'll start it out with some resisted high knees. Then we'll do some hip extensions. Then we're moving it back to our upper body, going into some bicep curls, and then some seated rows. Okay, let's start moving into a body weight squat here. We're gonna have our legs a little bit wider and shoulder width apart, and we're just gonna drop down, go as low as you can comfortably go. As you come up, you can kind of open up your chest, swing your arms a bit, or you can keep your hands straight up as well. So we got 2 more lifts I didn't get to, and that's gonna be a horizontal squat. And then we're gonna finish things off with some calf raises. So, a couple more of these body weight squats. Try to go just a little bit lower in these final ones here. Okay, we're gonna move into some head rotations. A full spin here, loosen up our neck. Let's change directions. Just a couple seconds of this. Okay, I'm moving into some torso twist, hands together, and then you're gonna slowly spin out here, flare those elbows out, clear space for you. You just got the rebound, and now let's make a little space, loosen up our back and our spine here. Okay, YTW is up next. Y up nice and high, and then bring those hands together. And then a T, and then together, and then a W, and then together. Now each of these, I want you really stretch up nice and high, together. T, out wide, hold it, together, and then a W, together. We're gonna cycle through these a few times here. Let's go Y, together, T, together, and a W. Okay, from here, we're gonna just move into a couple arm circles here. I have my arms still in this bent W position. We now move into just some tricep pulls, some arm pulls, loosen up the tricep. We're gonna get ready to move into a lunge and reach. So now I'm gonna go into this lunge position, and I'm gonna bring my hands up above my head. Loosen up my chest and my back here. We're gonna hold this for 3, 2, 1, and let's go up. And now let's switch sides. And we're gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, final stretch here. This is whatever you want. I'm gonna do some finger pulls here, loosen up my wrist and my grip. I'm gonna switch sides. And we're gonna be racking up our resistance in just a moment here. And like I said in the intro, we're gonna be working our way up on this resistance setting. So I'm gonna be starting out with 130 pounds of resistance, and that's probably about 85% of where I wanna end up. So I'll bump up the weight just a little bit, kind of see how this feels. So we're gonna get our bench down here at the angle position, and we'll be ready to start. Now, that 30 or 130 pounds, that's kind of a higher resistance setting. Kind of a medium setting, I would look at maybe 80 to 100 pounds of power rods. And then a lightweight setting, I would still try starting out here at 50 pounds of power rods. Now, if you need more resistance, again, I'm using this resistance upgrade kit that has the elastic bands, and that's also where you can get this bar. So for a lat pull down, I'm gonna be holding this bar out wide. I'm gonna have my whole hand over the bar, so my thumb is even over the bar. And once I am in position here, I'll be sitting down, I'll have a slight lean back. I'm gonna be pulling this bar down to my chest, holding it for a second, and then slowly releasing. So I want you in position here, ready to join me. And let's pull it down, hold it, and that's 1. 2, exhale as you're pulling the weight down. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you have the normal lat pull down bar that comes with like a Bowflex Blaze and some of the other Bowflex products, you can have your hands all the way out wide. There's a little bend, have them all the way out there. So let's write down our weight setting here, and adjust that weight setting up if you have that capacity to do so. So I kind of see that first lift, kind of a continuation of our stretch here. And I'm gonna bump this up to 150 pounds of resistance. I can do just a little more. Oh, and we're almost out of time here. Let's get in position, another set of this. Here we go, pull it down, lean back just a little bit, slow release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, tweak that weight setting as needed. If you felt like you had a lot of reps left in the tank, I definitely want you up in the weight setting a bit. And if you overdo it and you fail during your set, that's okay. You know, hopefully you get in 7 or 8 reps and then, you know, write those numbers down. The next time you do this routine, hopefully, you know, get that up to 10. Okay, we got another set of this coming up here. All right, I got about 5 seconds. I want you in position, slight lean back. Here we go, warriors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's go one more set of lat pull downs coming up. All right, 10 seconds. Grab those handles out wide. Again, that slight lean back. Let's go, last set of these lat pull downs. There we go, 1, 2, take them nice and slow. Let's make them count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice work. So I am actually going to be dropping my weight setting back down here to 130 pounds. That's kind of where I started this routine at. As we go into that high row. So for a high row, again, we're moving into that horizontal row position, and you're going to need to put your leg up on the bench here, just so you have some leverage. Otherwise, you're just kind of tipping your machine over here. I'm going to have my hands kind of out wide, not quite as wide as the lat pull down, and you can have your thumb underneath or over the bar. It's kind of up to you here. And exactly what you'd expect. You're going to pull this weight back, hold it, and then release. All right, let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Full recovery break here. Tweak the weight and also write it down. 4 sets of those coming up, or in total here. Now I must admit this is actually my second time recording this routine. Hopefully this one will work. Last time I managed to record at 4x slow-mo. Don't know how that happened. I don't know, there's a lot of camera settings and I guess I pressed the wrong button. So this time, this is gonna work, warriors. All right, in position, we're gonna put our other leg up on the bench this time. Here we go, pull it back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, jot it down. Now those technical issues with recording, if you've been watching me on the channel for a while, you'll find some of my older videos used to have a lot more of those problems. Unfortunately, due to some of the support on the channel, I've been able to really upgrade my setup, got a better camera and a much better microphone. And so the support on the channel largely comes through my Patreon and my Ko-Fi memberships. That stuff really helps make producing all these routines sustainable for me, and hopefully a lot better production quality. And then also it helps me stay consistent in putting out those videos. So thanks to all them. After this routine, if that sounds like something you might be into, you can check it out. But first, let's go some horizontal rows. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Another reason to also become a member is if you're interested in buying this upgrade kit. Channel members also get 15% off any purchase, so that could save you some money as well. Enough about channel memberships and stuff. We got one more set of high rows, and then we're going to be moving into the chin up or the narrow grip pull down. That one, the narrow grip pull downs, maybe hitting our biceps a little bit more in these rows, and the lat pull downs do hit our biceps, but a little bit less directly. Okay, in position here. Last set. Here we go. Pull it back, nice and smooth. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got this. Come on. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're moving into that chin up or narrow grip pull down. And I'm going to change my weight setting up a bit here. We'll see how this goes. I'm bumping it up to 2 black bands here and then a 50-pound power rod. That's a little bit more than what my notes say to do, but I'm feeling pretty good today. And we'll see how this goes. So for this exercise, instead of having our hands face out, we're gonna have our palms facing us here. I'm gonna have my hands about shoulder width apart, maybe even, no, just right at shoulder width apart here. And then we're gonna sit down, and we're gonna then slightly lean back, pull this weight down below our chin, and then slowly release it. So we wanna hold the weight in that lowered position for about a second and focus on that slow negative. When you're pulling down, you can pull down relatively quickly, but on the negative is where I want you really slowing it down. All right, here we go. Pull it down, hold, and release. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Oh, I thought something was off. My weight setting between the two sides were not even there. That's what's going on. Okay. Full recovery interval here. 2 more sets of those chin ups or narrow grip row or pull downs. All right, this weight setting is it's really challenging for me. I hope you're getting a good sweat going already as we're kind of approaching the 1/3 mark. Here we go, let's pull it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice. So after this set, so we got 1 more, we are gonna be moving into the resisted high knee. And this is where your ankle straps are gonna come in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting those on right now. It's gonna help us with our transition to the bottom set of pulleys here. We'll have an extended break here after this next set, but it doesn't hurt to get ready. All right, 15 seconds to go. After this set, we're gonna move into a little bit more balanced routine where we're hitting upper body, lower body, and back and forth a bit. So really give this one what you got here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and start running our cables to the bottom set of pulleys here. I'm also going to be dropping my weight just a little bit, so I'm going back to the 130 mark here. So if you're tight on time, you can just get one side of the pulleys and then take care of the other side, maybe when we have a little bit of a rest interval. Because you could do everything from the same side of pulleys here. And I might have to do that here. We got another minute. So this is where we're going to be using the chair as well. So I'm going to clip my outer leg here. Actually, I think I might do my inner leg first. And I'm going to be using this chair kind of to balance on, and then also the leg extension here. So I'm going to have my foot kind of almost to the leg extension here. And then this is going to kind of leave me in this stretched position. So if you're a little bit shorter, you might need to get closer to the tower. And so from here, I'm going to then raise this leg up and then slowly release it. So we got a few seconds here. And now let's raise that up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is definitely hitting your quads here. And it's also going to be helping with your hip flexibility. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're going to have kind of a shorter rest interval because we're only hitting half the body. Now, it's up to you if you want to switch sides each time. I kind of like have my inner leg be the one I'm working. So I'm going to switch to the other side here and get this all hooked up and ready to go. So again, one arm on the chair, one arm on the leg rest, and then this leg outstretched, and then bring it up. So here we go. 1, 2. And I like trying to have the same speed all the way through the lift. That's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now a little more clarity, that comment about same speed through the whole rep. Some lifts, what I like trying to do is really focus on a very slow negative and maybe even, holding the weight close to my body or all the way outstretched for a little bit longer. For this leg lift, and same with the hip extension, I like taking a nice smooth speed the entire rep. Forces your body to kind of control it a little bit more. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, other side. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit longer of a rest interval. I haven't been writing my numbers down here. We'll get a chance to write them all down in just a moment here. Let's raise it up. 1, 2, 3, nice smooth reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, full 1 minute of rest here. And I'm gonna be dropping my weight now from 130 down to 80 pounds of resistance here. So I'm gonna drop my elastic band down here. As we go into hip extension. So for hip extension, let's clip this on. Again, you can be doing all of this stuff with the normal handles. I hope I haven't lost you if you got the handles. I'm right now about probably just over a foot away from the tower here. And I've already got some tension in the cables here. So I like having my outer leg here kind of drag back a little bit, and then I'm gonna be extending this all the way out. Again, nice smooth range of motion here. That's 1. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna spin around to the other side and do the exact same thing. Now both of these lifts here, that resisted high knee and this hip extension are 2 lifts I really like as a runner. That is kind of my other go-to fitness. I guess that's where a lot of my cardio comes from, is running. Really great lifts for your knees, and helps again with that hip mobility. Here we go, extend it out, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Switching it up one more time on each side. Now I imagine a lot of weekend warriors are also weekend runners as well. I can't believe it. I've run for a long time, but I've almost always would run 5K, 10K distance. And just recently I started really upping my mileage. Here we go, extend it out. 2. And sometimes in a longer run, I might find a little bit of soreness on the outside of my knee. That's 4. And this hip extension is really a great one for that. That's your IT band, that's 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I feel like I can't do this hip extension lift enough. Oftentimes when I'm working on designing routines for the upper body, I just throw in a set of hip extensions at the end, just because that's what it's kind of what I feel like I need to keep my legs healthy and injury free. All right, 5 seconds, another set of this. This is gonna be our last set using these ankle straps. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we can drop these ankle straps. Oh, we got some time right here. And we're going to be hooking either the bar back up or short handles, or I guess if you're using the Bowflex handles, same handles. So I'm going to use this time to catch up on all of my lifts that I haven't been recording. And I'm going to keep my weight setting the same for this first set of bicep curls. So we got 4 sets of bicep curls coming up. Again, I'm going to be hooking up this bar. And so this bar here, you can use it both from the bottom set of pulleys and the top set of pulleys. If you're using the normal Bowflex lat bar, you're going to need to be careful on this. What happens when you do a bicep curl, a lot of times you're twisting the handle or the bar a little bit, and so where it clips in can want to twist. I don't think you need to really change anything. Sometimes if you have gloves, it might wear out the gloves a little quicker, but anyways, bicep curls up next. I know you all know how to do these, so I'm going to be stepping a little bit away from the tower, not too far, and we'll just be curling this weight up in just a moment, just like that. So 10 seconds, and we'll be blasting off here. Here we go. Keep your back straight as you curl this weight up. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's get that weight setting down. And you might find that you know, higher weight setting, going from those hip extensions to bicep curl, you might want to tick up the weight setting. Go for it if that seems like what you need to do. I think I'm going a little bit lighter than I normally go for a bicep curl. I'm recovering from an injury. I've got some tennis elbow right now, and it kind of hurts to do a curl. So if you ever find yourself in a spot doing a lift that is painful to do, whether it's a sharp pain or kind of a deeper pain, you know, stop what you're doing and assess what's going on. You know, that might not be a good lift for you to do. Alternatively, you can really drop the weight setting a lot and, you know, work on that motion. But definitely, if you have any sort of pain, assess what's going on and come back to it. Or don't come back to it, maybe come back to it. All right, let's go here. Another set of bicep curls. That's 1. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, let's write it down. 2 more sets to go. Let's stay loose. You again adjust that weight if needed. And you should be at the point in, you know, these upper body exercises where you should be close to failing at the end of each set. If not, you know, maybe coming up a few reps short, that's okay. You know, failing while you're doing a set, that means you're really, you know, pushing your body to the limits. And then when you recover, your body's going to rebuild and it's going to come back stronger. So, you know, and having all that data too, all those numbers we're writing down, that's going to help you know how to push yourself and also give you the motivation to, you know, keep raising that weight setting up. All right, let's curl it up. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we got one more set of those curls coming up, and then we're gonna move into a seated row, which will be the last upper body exercise of this routine. When I go into the seated row, I am gonna bump up my weight setting, adding a elastic band. So I'll be up to about 130 then. Okay, 20 more seconds. Let's shake it out. Let's get ready to go. All right, under 5 seconds. What you hear with me, let's curl it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're moving into that seated row here. So again, I'm going to be adding some more resistance here. Just clipping this in. Sometimes these elastic bands are actually even easier to clip in than the Bowflex weight. As you can see, I just hooked it all up here. And now I'm going to be seated here. I'm going to have my arms a little bit wider and shoulder width apart. And I'm actually going to lean back just a little bit. And then I'm going to be pulling this weight back here into just the normal row here. Now, if you need to, you can also slide back all the way here and kind of, push off the foot of the machine to get a full extension on the row. And if you're using the handles, oftentimes I'll even sit up here on the leg extension attachment to help with my row. But with this extra resistance, I can get a little bit closer here. So let's start it out here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh. Let's write this thing down. And you've only got 2 more sets of upper body work left. Only 9 sets left in this routine. So we are approaching the finish line. No giving up now, though. Now with this bar, one really nice thing is you can grip out really nice and wide, and of course that happens on the lat pull down as well. Big feature if you're coming over just from the handles. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more set of those rows. Now, warriors, I'm always interested to hear, what your go-to workout is, like your go-to cardio. I hope, some of your weightlifting, your go-to stuff is on this machine. But like I was saying earlier, I really like running. I know some people prefer cycling, or maybe they just don't do cardio in general. But, if you got something planned after this routine, let me know in the comments. And I always I'm interested to hear that, and always, it's kind of fun to tell somebody if you had a killer workout in that day. Let me know in the comments. I'll read it. I'll give it a like, and I always appreciate that too. All right, here we go. Last set of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you got a few more, give it all you got here. That's 10. I got 12 in me, I think. 11 and 12. Nice. Okay, we're going to be moving into a horizontal squat here. For that, I'm going to be removing this top part of the bench here. And I'm going to be leaving my weight setting at 130 pounds. And the weight setting on this, you can really kind of vary it based on what feels comfortable to you on this lift. So this is going to be a horizontal squat. And for this, a key thing to be doing is to be standing on the foot of this machine, especially if you have a lot of weight racked up. So I'm going to be grabbing this bar here, and I'm going to be kind of pulling it in towards my body here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be leaning back, and it's almost like I'm going to be going down into like a seat here. So right now I'm just sitting on the crossbar, except when I'm doing the horizontal squat, I want to just go into the seated position and then raise up out of that. So 15 seconds or so. And again, I'm standing on the base of the machine. If you're not standing on it, that could lift the machine off the ground, which not the safest thing in the world here. So standing on the base, bring that weight in. Let's drop it down and raise up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I went a little quicker than I'd like there, it looks like. So I'm going to try to slow it down a bit on my future sets here. And we have 4 sets of this in total, so we got some time to adjust and slow it down a bit. All right, 15 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and start getting in position again here. Feet on the base of the machine. Bar pulled back a little bit. And we're going to drop it down in the seated position. Hold it for a sec and raise up. That's 1. 2. This lift is, largely a body weight lift, and you're using the bar as a counterbalance. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know, we're also engaging our back here as well as, you know, we're trying to pull this weight and keep it kind of tucked back there. If your back is just cooked though at this point, you could, I guess, have the weight a little bit out in front of you and, you know, just kind of holding the bar out here. I definitely like pulling it in though. 5 more sets to go though. So close to finishing. All right, 10 seconds left. Again, feet on the base of the machine, stepping back a bit. Here we go, drop it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to slow these last 3 down a lot here. 8, 9, and 10. Final set of horizontal squats coming up. And after this, when we go to calf raises, you can either leave the weight setting the same, or I'm actually going to tick it up even more. With the calf raise, you're not going to have a big range of motion. And a lot of times you'll see 2 people where they'll do a calf raise on 1 foot. And so to really, you know, get a challenging resistance, I kind of need to, you know, bump that weight up as high as it'll go pretty much, or close to it at least. Okay, last set. And again, this is calf raises, small range of motions. This is really going to be probably the most difficult set left you got. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh yeah, all right. A little bit longer rest interval here as we go into calf raises. I'd encourage you to just really quickly give this a try here. I'm gonna have the bar kind of up at my belly button here, and I'm gonna just basically go up on my tippy toes and drop down and just keep repeating. So I could definitely do more weight, so I'm gonna go ahead and clip that on now. So for this, I'm going to try to have the bar up around waist height here. And with the bar kind of pulling you in a little bit towards the tower, you might need to lean back just a little bit, or you can try to go straight up and down as well. Okay, final exercise of the day. Let's get in position. Bar at your hips or at your waist, raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to stay up on your toes for a full second. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, another where I went just a little too fast. I'm gonna, again, try to slow it down just a bit. It's hard to go much slower than that though with these calf raises because, you know, you're not really moving the weight along, you know, long range of motion. And so really I'm gonna try to stay up on my toes maybe for about 2 seconds for every rep. We'll see how that goes though. Okay, 15 seconds. Start thinking about this final lift here. We got 2 sets left though. All right, hands on the bar, bring it up to your waist. Once ready to get ready to go here and raise it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Final 1 set remaining. And while we're waiting for this, I want to give a big thank you to all my elite Patreon and Ko-Fi members. All their names listed up in the credits here. And they make producing, you know, all these routines sustainable, like I was saying earlier in the video. You know, they've helped me upgrade my equipment, and as part of that, they get access to all my workout plans, or workout programs, that is, which are like 6 to 8 week programs that can help you, you know, progress if you got the time. You know, as a weekend warrior, that's one of the big challenges, is actually making it out into, you know, your garage or your basement or wherever you got your Bowflex. So you can still, again, continue to build muscle or maintain, even if you're only working out twice a week on this machine. But if you're looking to, you know, see some real progress, definitely check those out. And again, thank you to them. So final set. Let's get that bar up and on your toes and drop it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you got extra, do them. That's 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, awesome job on finishing this routine. Don't forget to remove those power rods from tension and wrap them up with a bungee cord or a Velcro strap. It's going to help keep them lasting as long as possible, you know, get the most life out of them. So awesome job again on finishing. This has got to be one of the hardest routines on the channel, so you should be proud of yourself for finishing. I know I'm proud of you. And as always, I want you to be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.